Special thanks to all our patrons who support the show every single week. Patrons, you keep the Run, Eat, Drink podcast going, and we're so grateful for all the support you give and the community that you've helped us to build. Not a patron yet? Join us today. Head over to patreon.com/runeatdrinkpodcast or buymeacoffee.com/runeatdrinkpod and subscribe for bonus content, social media shoutouts, and much more. Help support our show by using our Amazon affiliate link anytime you shop on Amazon for running gear, food, beverages, or anything else the little gray trucks might bring your way. Just use runeatdrink.net/Amazon anytime you shop. There's no additional cost. It's just one bonus click to help us keep the lights on and the bandwidth flowing. Go to runeatdrink.net/Amazon. And we thank you for your support.
Hi, I'm Jeff Galloway, and you are listening to the Run, Eat, Drink podcast.
Welcome to the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. We feature destination races from across the country. And after the race, we take you on a tour of the best local food and beverage to celebrate. So whether you are an elite runner or a back of the packer like us, you'll know the best places to accomplish, explore, and indulge on your next runcation. Hey, welcome to episode 312 of the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. I'm your host, Amy. That's right. I'm here with you. It's us. Just the Runcation Nation and your host, Amy. Your humble co-host is working. So with that said, I still have a great show for you, and it's a training update and a local race series that I have to bring to you. A recommendation from our friends at Just Take a Dip over on Instagram. This food and beverage is something that you want to travel south for 100%, 110%. It's just amazing, this recommendation that Steph and the Dip crew gave to us. We're talking about the Pirate race series from our friends over at US Road Running. This is a race series from the US Road Running organization, and they happen all over Florida. It's the same theme, but it's in Bradenton, it's in Orlando, it's in Sarasota, it's in Venice, it's in Naples. We happen to hit it in Naples, and the medal alone is worth it. Plus, the people who put it on and cheer you at the finish are great people at US Road Running. And apparently there's a whole series where you can get all these points and win awards. usroadrunning.com is their website. So we have that coming up on the show. And like I said, the food at this place in Naples, Florida, called The Dock at Creighton Cove, which is a place where you can stay on the water and have wonderful seafood, fantastic beverages, and excellent, dare I say, superb or stellar service. So The Dock at Creighton Cove, Dip crew, Steph, you guys, you're killing it. Thank you. So that is the shout out that I have to give, is shout out to Steph and everybody at Just Take a Dip. They are amazing at finding what they call Florida hidden gems. And this should not be hidden. It is a gem. So thanks, Steph, for The Dock at Creighton Cove in Naples. And if anybody wants a shout out for some of these really hot summer miles, it's no longer the cold we're complaining about. The hot weather, especially the humid weather here in Florida. But if you are combating the heat, to train for a fall race. Dare I say, the Berlin Marathon in September. I'm looking at you, Run Diz Nerd, and so many others. If you want a shout out, please reach out to us for somebody that you know or for yourself to keep your motivation going. Email us at info@runeatdrink.net. You can type it out, but hey, if you attach an audio file of 30 seconds to a minute, then we can play it and make you Runcation Nation famous. You can call and leave us a message at 941-677-2733. That's 941-677-2733. Now let's talk running. Like I said, we had an excellent time, or actually I did while my co-host was sleeping in on this particular Saturday, courtesy of usroadrunning.com. And they have a whole 2025 race series. They have several series, virtual and live. So you could do either one, but I signed up to do the live series and earn points toward the live series. A back of the packer could possibly get enough points to place. You have to place to get the points, but I have placed in my age group before, so don't count me out. Anyway, we have 1 mile, 5K, 10K, 15K, half marathon options. And they have a winter series that runs from January to March. There's a spring series that runs April to June. There's a summer series that runs July to September. And then a fall series from October to December. Right now we're in the summer. And with the spring series, they have one called the Pirate 1 mile, 5K, 10K, 15K, and half marathon. And it was at Collier Regional Park in Naples. And that is really cool because it's all in a park. It's all in a park. And some of it was shaded. I did the 5K. And some of it was shaded. It was all on asphalt or sidewalk. And it started at 8 in the morning. A 5K, you can get it done in under an hour and get out of the heat. So it was perfect. I registered through Run Sign Up registration. There are soccer fields and softball fields, baseball fields and volleyball. It's a whole park with lots of paved places where you can get mileage done, even if you aren't participating in a 5K. But this one had a pirate theme, and I was like, yeah, I got to do it. So you remember Gasparilla. I was thinking, oh, yes, I'm going to haul out the Gasparilla. No, I didn't wear a full pirate costume. What I did was pull out my Boulder Athletic Wear, the running skirt that had the pirate theme on it. And I dolled that up with a Run Eat Drink podcast shirt, which I'm told everybody has been reporting from the Run Eat Drink podcast towers that it makes you, 16 to 22% faster. And we're still working on the research there, so stay tuned. But I dolled it up and I headed out there to pick up my bib on the morning of the race. I was the one person who dressed up. So guess who won the costume contest? That'd be me, yours truly. I won an award. Can you believe it? I can't. When I earn an age group award, I'm shocked. The costume contest was all mine. It was fantastic. It was paved. It was flat. It was easy with signage. They had placed. The longer races were just out and back loops of that same course. So if you were 10K, you did the course twice. If you're plus a little bit more when it comes to the half marathon. But yeah, it was just fantastic. It wasn't too humid quite yet. We weren't in the heat of June when we did this one. We had lots of dogs on the course. Such cute dogs, which of course I had to stop and pet all of them. We had some parts of it that were shaded by trees. And we had entertainment because there was an ongoing softball tournament at some parts during the course when we passed the softball fields. So when I finished, they all wanted to take pictures of my pirate skirt because I was the only one in a costume. That's why I won the costume, the best costume deal. Okay, shh, don't tell anyone. And I got a medal, and this medal is super, super cool. The ribbon was all black, and it had like pirate font writing about run like a pirate. And the medal was in black with brown, and it had a pirate ship that looks like Jose Gaspar's out there at Gasparilla. If you've been on that course and taken pictures next to that pirate ship that they have sitting there in Tampa Bay. And it says U.S. Road Running. It was quite a hefty medal in black and gold and brown. And the ship had lots of detail on it, the flags, the skull and crossbones. It was just so good. And the fee for this one was really low cost. So it was a great local race to keep up my 5K training because if you've been following the show over the last few months, I have been injured and Dana has been injured. Just really been a challenge to recover. And so I've decided to focus on the 5Ks, focus on the 10Ks, focus on the shorter distances and coming back with the run, walk, run method. As Jeff Galloway is my coach, I maybe took an hour out on the course and took time to enjoy the dogs and the other people. They were so friendly. It was a great medal and a great morning. And you know how I followed a great morning of running? I was hungry. So I went to the dock at Creighton Cove. I was hungry for seafood and needed really great seafood. So I reached out to Steph from the Dip Crew and asked, hey, I'm going to be in Naples. Where can I get the best stone crab? We're at the tail end of crab season. Stone crab season runs until May. And I really wanted some really good stone crab before the season ended. She said, oh my God, any seafood that you want in Naples, you must go to the dock at Creighton Cove. She recommended the shrimp nachos, although I didn't have the shrimp nachos. I had stone crab because that's what I came for. I was also spying on other tables around me. When you're by yourself, you make friends at other tables very easily. And I saw the calamari. The calamari as an appetizer looked amazing. Lightly breaded, and then the sauces that came with it. Oh, my mouth is watering just talking about it. But the dock at Creighton Cove has a great seafood menu. If you want some whitefish, if you want some grouper, Chilean sea bass, if you want a seafood tower, if you want some oysters, if you want a beautiful view, either indoors or outdoors, the dock at Creighton Cove is the way to go. And the indoor and the outdoor seating are all on the water. So I walked around since it was just me, I walked around the restaurant and in and out, and I happened upon this perfect table where I could see the beautiful water and enjoy my meal with that scenic view. It's not a beach, but it's water. It's beautiful water, the beautiful sunshine, and the outdoor patio at the dock at Creighton Cove has a roof over it, so it was shaded. I got the best server on the planet, I'm quite sure. Her name was Kelly. She's been a server for 18 years. She knows what she's doing. She knows the menu and has impeccable timing. Just as you finish your beverage or appetizer, she comes to check on you. It's not like a server who, when you're in the middle of chewing, asks, can I get you anything? Kelly just had impeccable timing and impeccable recommendations. When I said to her, I'm going to order some stone crab. It's the season. It's almost over. I have to get it while I can. She said, do you want it hot or cold? And I just assumed it was going to come to me cold with some mustard, which is the typical service. the way that this was served or has been served to me in the past. And I said, oh, okay, let me have it. Let me have it cold. So then I had it cold and it came out on a bed of that fancy ice, that crushed kind of consistency. And here was this perfect one claw. She said, if you can't decide, Kelly said, if you can't decide between a hot and a cold service of the stone crab, start with the cold, go from there because that's the most popular. So I did. And the mustard sauce, it was perfect. The right amount of bite, but not too blow your doors off, horseradishy or really super hot. It was just enough bite to highlight the crab meat. The stone crab came perfectly cracked. Sometimes when you get one that is cracked, you still have to do a lot of the work to get in there. But as soon as I picked it up, the big claw just came right open. Oh, it was so good. It was easy to get out of the shell. And it came with a lemon and one of those crackers that you typically get when you do, let's say, snow crab. And snow crab, yeah, it is sweet. But I would say that this meat is more hearty. You still have an element of sweetness in this crab, but it is hearty. The texture stands up to whatever you want to dip it in. I only had the one crab claw. It was so delicious. I said, okay, let's have it hot and see how that is. It was amazing. Having it hot brings out the sweetness, and having it cold highlights the tartness in the mustard sauce. It's hefty meat and you get a lot on one claw. So I had one claw hot and one claw cold. The hot claw came with butter and lemon, and it was just delightful. All of it was wonderful and amazing, and I would go there again 100%. I got home and I said to Dana, get in the car because we have to immediately go back down there, and you have to have this because it's amazing. They know their specialty is fresh Florida seafood. When it comes to desserts, they know where locally to get the best ones too. After I had the crab, oh my goodness. Let me just tell you that Kelly said, listen, you've got to have the key lime tart. It's specially brought in just like the chocolate one, the chocolate cream pie, or the key lime with graham crust. I had the key lime with the graham crust, and it had lime shavings, like the rind all over, and coconut within the meringue bits were on the plate with the key lime pie. Oh, this tart, it was delicious. It was sweet and tart, coconutty and lime, and the graham cracker crust. It was served cold, and it was amazing. I would have it again in a heartbeat, and I bet the chocolate one is wonderful. And they're from a place called Mickelson's Pastry Shop in Naples. They do cakes, they do cookies, they do tarts, they do pastries. When I looked at the tart list, coconut, just coconut by itself, my father would have loved that. Chocolate cream pie, if you're a chocolate fan like Dana, because as he says, chocolate is the superior sweet. I'm more of a caramel girl. That's a debate for another time. One that caught my eye from their menu, if you are ever in Naples, they are at 1068 Business Lane in Naples, Florida. They have lemon meringue. One that's just, I want to go to Mickelson's Pastry Shop to have is the Kentucky. That's right, Kentucky butterscotch. We used to go to a place in Tampa called The Goody, part of the Columbia Restaurant Group. And they had a butterscotch pie that we got once for Thanksgiving and that we had anytime we went there for their diner food, great diner food. I bet this Kentucky butterscotch is probably just amazing. They have cherry cheese. They have banana cream. They have peanut butter tart. Oh, I can't wait to go and visit this pastry shop. And I just can't thank enough Kelly for giving me such stellar service, because I was a table of one. And as a server, Dana and I have had plenty of history in the restaurant business, in the service portion of what it takes to pull off a great restaurant. And we know what great and stellar service is. Kelly, yes, she is superb, far and away some of the best service I've had, even though I was just a table of one. You should ask for her. It is the key lime pie, the stone crab, everything I saw come out in terms of the sea bass, in terms of the calamari, in terms of anything that came out of that kitchen, because I was seated by the water, but I also had a view of the servers coming out to the patio to deliver to other tables. Looked amazing. The key lime pie with the coconut meringue, Mickelson's, shout out to your pastry shop, because it was just an amazing meal. I would go back anytime with anyone from the Runcation Nation. And speaking of the way to do it, their drink menu is also fantastic. When you go to DocCreightonCove.com, they have a very easy to read menu digitally. They break it down into dinner, lunch, drinks, brunch, dessert. They have a happy hour, and they have a kids menu. And then, so when you tap on dinner, their appetizers, their entrees, they're all just easy to read and out here. When you go into the drink menu, Kelly said one of the most popular cocktails is called the Key Lime Colada. Parrot Bay Key Lime Rum, fresh lime, and pina colada puree, which looked amazing coming out of the kitchen. They also have something called When Harry Met Katie. And that made me think of our pink-haired princess, Rhonda Lee, because it's made with Empress gin, cucumbers, lemon, and basil. And then there's also Here We Go Again, which is the Tanteo jalapeno, pineapple, ginger liqueur, and Ancho Reyes chili, which I think that Dana would love, because that's a spicy one. Sounds like it would have a bite. But if I know anything, the cocktail that I got was so expertly crafted that this one would probably not blow your doors off with spice, but use the spice to bring out the other flavors. There is something called an Out of Office, which is a classic Mai Tai riff. There's a Mule in Paradise, which is Captiva Key Lime Honey Vodka, fresh lime, and ginger beer. And there's also a Hurricane that has Bacardi Black and White Rum, passion fruit, fresh orange, and lime. But what did I have? I had a Cosmopolitan. And you're probably saying, oh, Amy, you can get a Cosmo anywhere. Why don't you get something that's unique? Yeah? But I didn't get just any Cosmo. I got the passion fruit Cosmo, St. George citrus, passion fruit, cranberry, and lime. It was the right amount of sweet, the right amount of citrus. It was served in a champagne-looking glass, and it had just the simple garnish, dried citrus. It was delicious. It was amazing, and it wasn't too much so that you were able to not fill up on a drink before the meal. It was just enough, and I could enjoy it by the beautiful sunny water. And there is more on this drink menu. Patrons, stay tuned for bonus content on the patron feed a little bit later this week. So what can I tell you about the dock at Creighton Cove? Everybody needs to come down, fly into Southwest Florida International Airport. We will head to Naples together and have a fantastic riff on a Cosmo, the passion fruit Cosmo, and some fantastic seafood at our table, no doubt. And we will have exceptional service if Kelly is our server. So what can I tell you except I'm doing my best to keep on going, pushing through any injury, to stay out there and run walking, because that is helping me through this very difficult year. As are you, Runcation Nation. You are helping me through 2025 is such a challenge, and I cannot say enough about all of you who are reaching out, checking on us, inspiring us with your training runs in the heat of summer. Cheers to you, Runcation Nation. If you like what you hear, we haven't had a review on one of the platforms where podcasts are served. You can hear us on Spotify, you can hear us on any podcatcher. But if you could rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or a platform where you get your podcasts, that's how we grow. That's how we meet other wonderful people in the Runcation Nation like you. And we would certainly appreciate your feedback. That's a wrap. Thank you for joining us in 2025 on your long run, your commute to work, around the house, or wherever you are. I'm your host, Amy. Stay safe and well, and we will accomplish, explore, and indulge with you really soon. That's a wrap. So thank you for joining us on your long run, your commute to work, around the house, wherever you are. I'm your host, Amy.
And I'm your co-host, Dana.
Stay safe and well, and we will accomplish, explore, and indulge with you really soon. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Run, Eat, Drink podcast. We're having another great year thanks to your support. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're at Run, Eat, Drink Podcast. And on Twitter, we're Run, Eat, Drink Pod. You can also give us a call at 941-677-2733 or send us an email at info@runeatdrink.net. Visit our website at runeatdrink.net and click on the subscribe link so you don't miss a minute. Find out how you can support the show at patreon.com/runeatdrinkpodcast. Accomplish, explore, and indulge right along with us. We'll talk to you next time.